My husband has mid-stage lung cancer. I cried all night holding the diagnosis report. But then I saw him holding someone else's kid, saying he wanted to buy a wedding house for his mistress. I laughed. Because I have a secret. He is infertile. Late at night, just as I was about to go to sleep, I got a video call from my husband Xiang Wei. As soon as I answered, he hung up in a hurry. I was about to text him asking what was up, and then came a message saying, "Get some rest early. Remember to cover yourself while sleeping. Something's definitely off." I put my phone away, deciding not to tell him about the diagnosis I got during the day. During the day, I went to the hospital to pick up Xiang Wei's checkup report. He has a malignant tumor in his lung, already at the mid-stage. The doctor advised immediate hospitalization, surgery removal plus chemotherapy. For our family, this news hit like a lightning bolt. Xiang Wei claimed the company's profits had dropped over the past 2 years, said his salary was only a third of what it used to be. All my income went to pay the mortgage. We hardly had any savings. I was scrolling through my contacts, thinking about borrowing money from friends and relatives for his treatment. Then Xiang Wei's colleague brother Li suddenly called. "Sister-in-law, sorry to bother you. The company is distributing holiday gifts. I couldn't reach Xiang Wei all day. Your address hasn't changed, right? I'll just send the gift to your home." My heart skipped a beat. Xiang Wei clearly said the company was struggling. Couldn't even pay more salary. Why would they be giving out gifts when it's not a holiday? Brother, it's not a holiday season now. What kind of gift is it? Haha, it's a commemorative gift. For the company's 15th anniversary. This year, the company's performance hit a new high. This gift is quite a surprise. Oh, by the way, you guys still live in Blue Harbor, a high-end residential complex, right? Blue Harbor? We clearly live in East Garden Apartments. Brother Li continued. When we sent gifts last year, Xiang Wei said your house was being renovated, so you temporarily moved to Blue Harbor. That's a luxury neighborhood. Xiang Wei has done really well at the company these past 2 years. Got a pretty big raise. Time for you to have a better living environment. I already knew in my heart that Xiang Wei had been lying to me all along, but I didn't act any different. I said calmly, "Ligue, tell me the address you want to ship to, and I'll double check if it's correct." "Okay. Blue Harbor, Building 3, Apartment 1102. That's right, isn't it?" That's correct." After hanging up, I couldn't calm down for a long time. Just how many more things is Xiang Wei hiding from me? That afternoon, I took leave from work and took a cab to the Blue Harbor complex. I figured Xiang Wei's so-called business trip was really him coming back here. I put on a wig and sunglasses and looked around the complex for Building 3. Just then, I saw a familiar figure not far ahead, intimately holding on to a woman in her early 20s, who looked like a student, and that woman was holding a baby just a few months old. I crept closer and heard her say in a coy voice, "Baby, when are you gonna divorce that old lady? Your mom's in a hurry for a grandkid, right? Last time she came she said, once we get our son on the household registry, she'd buy this apartment for us." Xiang Wei kissed the woman on the cheek, then kissed the baby in her arms, and said gently, "Susu, these apartments here are really expensive. I've been saving up, waiting for the right time to buy one. First I have to sell the old apartment. Selling now wouldn't be worth it. Good thing he's basically been paying the mortgage for the last 2 years. So I don't need to spend my own money. All my money is set aside for you two." Susu. That name was very familiar to me. Back when Xiang Wei and I weren't so distant, he once mentioned. The company assigned me an intern assistant, named my Susu. Her name is simple, and she's pure but clumsy. I have to teach her everything. So annoying. I never thought that assistant would end up in his bed. The woman playfully punched Xiang Wei and said, "But I don't want you going over to her place. You didn't sleep with her, did you?" "No. How could I? Ever since I got with you, I haven't touched him once. He can't have kids anyway. If he wasn't worth any money, I would have kicked him out a long time ago. I'm waiting for my year-end bonus to come in, then I'll find a good excuse to divorce him." Year-end bonus? He even has a year-end bonus. That woman was covered in designer brands, probably all bought with his money. And all of that is our marital property. I pulled out my phone, hid in the shadows, and snapped a few photos and videos. Watching their figures fade into the distance, my hands curled into fists. Xiang Wei probably doesn't know. He not only has a tumor, but he's also infertile. Over a month ago, I paid for him to get a full checkup at a public hospital. I originally wanted to check his fertility issues, but because I was worried about the malignant lung tumor, I overlooked another health problem he had. His sperm count is extremely low, and he's been diagnosed as infertile. There's no way that kid is his. On the 3rd day, Xiang Wei came home. He only stayed for a day. I couldn't help but sneer. "Your company can barely pay salaries now. Is it really worth working yourself to death? Haven't you ever thought about switching jobs? I've been with this company since I graduated. Even though it's in a slump right now, I believe it can turn things around." He lied without even flinching. Xiangwei, have you ever thought, what if one day we can't pay the mortgage? What would happen? A flash of panic crossed his eyes. He was about to leave with his suitcase, but stopped in his tracks. Isn't that what you're here for? I paid the mortgage for the first 3 years. Now you've only been paying for 2 and you're already complaining? Who's been going on about gender equality this whole time? Now you're backtracking. He sure knows how to turn things around. I also contributed a lot to this family in the first 3 years. I had dinner ready for you every night when you came home. Now look at how you're treating me. Don't forget, you're the one eating dinner here. And this is your attitude. You're impossible. Xiangwei picked up his suitcase and slammed the door behind him as he left. I looked at the date on my phone calendar. Today is my birthday. I can't believe I still had hopes for him. How ridiculous is that? The next few days, I was gathering evidence while keeping up with my normal work. The moment I decided to leave him, I suddenly made peace with the last 2 gloomy years. I felt so light. But I knew he had to pay for what he did. I'd stick around till the very end. That day, my mother-in-law suddenly called. Did you forget something last night? What? I flipped through the calendar and realized her birthday was coming up. Our birthdays are so close together. Every year I'd get her an expensive gift. This year, I didn't prepare one. You even forgot my birthday? You've gotten so out of line lately. So not getting you a gift is out of line. Is it okay for you to hide from Xiangwei that you've got another woman? Xiangwei didn't even give me his salary last month. How am I supposed to buy you a gift? He can barely afford paychecks now. You should tighten your belt too. Who told you that? Xiangwei's company is just having a rough patch. It'll get better sooner or later. Besides, the gifts you bought me before were all with his money. Not his money. Then it'd be yours. She seemed really pissed. After holding it in for a while she asked, last time you made Xiangwei go for a checkup, did you get the results? Is my son okay? So Xiangwei really didn't say anything. Typical mama's boy. Oh, nothing major. Just that the doctor said, The atmosphere suddenly got tense. My mother-in-law couldn't hold it in and pressed, what did the doctor say? The doctor said it's really hard for him to get a woman pregnant. How's that possible? He already has a. Has what? She almost let it slip. Feeling guilty, she raised her voice to change the subject. That's impossible. My son's perfectly healthy. I bet you went to some shady clinic. Just wait. I'll be over next week. I'll be there next week. When the time comes, he's taking our way for a checkup. He's not really taking his son for a checkup. He obviously just wants to go see his grandkid. Well, I'll just wait and see if he's really being nice. The day his mom was coming, Xiangwei rushed back in a hurry. 3 days had passed since he stormed out last time. We hadn't said a word to each other in those 3 days. But I'd managed to film a bunch of videos of him buying baby stuff for his mistress and her kid. The first thing he did when he got back was move from the guest room to the master bedroom. I told him, you really don't have to do this. You can just take the couch. He gave me a dirty look. Can't you see? I'm giving you an out here. My mom's coming over. You better behave. She already has a bad impression of you. What bad impression? I sat on the couch watching him with his blanket and pillow. Honestly, ever since I found out he was cheating, I've been totally disgusted by him. You really don't know why. And you told my mom there was something wrong with me. Where's the medical report? I don't want to tell her that early yet. The report's at the hospital. You didn't pick it up. You lied to my mom without even having the report. And my mom's birthday. Why didn't you get her a gift? That's your mom. Not mine. What? Is your mom's whole life dependent on my gift? Xiangwei threw the blanket onto the master bed. Tongwan, you're getting more and more out of line. So not buying your mom a gift is out of line? When have you ever bought my mom a birthday gift? That's because your mom isn't used to celebrating birthdays. Oh? Then let me ask you. When is my mom's birthday? He was stumped for a long time. Stumped to the point of coughing. And still couldn't remember. So he just pulled out a cigarette and lit up. Before I'd always told him not to smoke in the house. Now I don't care anymore. I hope he smokes himself to death soon. But you can smoke all you want. I'm not breathing in second-hand smoke. I turned and walked out. Today I'm going out to eat hot pot. I used to be way too hard on myself, always thinking Xiangwei didn't make much money. So I needed to sacrifice more for this family. I never bought anything for myself. She wouldn't even let herself enjoy the good stuff. After the hot pot, I'm gonna go shopping for clothes, bags, all kinds of nice things. The mortgage payment's due in half a month. Before that, I'm leaving $0 in that mortgage card. When the bank calls him about it, let's see how he handles it. I was eating hot pot when I saw Xiangwei pushing a stroller with that mistress, and another guy walked by the restaurant I was at. I hurried up and finished eating, then chased after them. I heard the guy say, "My Susu. That guy didn't touch you, did he?" My Susu punched him lightly on the arm, pretending to be mad. "Zhou Yongguang, what are you saying? Don't you want the house anymore?" The guy quickly tried to smooth things over. "Susu, don't be mad. I just hate seeing you with him all day long. It hurts, you know? I only became a security guard in that neighborhood, so I could see you every day. But he's been showing up all the time lately. It's so annoying. That old hag of his is totally useless. She can't even control her own man. I curled my lip and dimmed the brightness on my phone a little. My Susu kept going. Brother Yongguang, just tough it out for a while. On our own, we could never afford a house in this city. If you don't buy a house, how can my mom agree to let us get married? His mom is coming tomorrow. I'll sweet talk her into giving our son a pile of cash. And I'll also ask about the house situation. That guy named Zhou Yongguang was big and tall, but he was a total kept man. I couldn't help but feel sorry for Xiang Wei. If he ever finds out he's been raising another man's kid and acting like a house husband, how would he feel? Right then, Zhou Yongguang said. If that old hag keeps dragging her feet, he won't switch to a new house either. Don't let that Shen guy fool you. My Susu waved her phone. I have his wife's WeChat. I'll add her. Feel her out a bit. Right after that, I got a friend request. I glanced at the profile picture. It was my Susu herself. I tapped accept. Hello, sister-in-law. I'm Shengzong's assistant, my Susu. Zhou Yongguang snatched the phone. Why be so polite with him? Just tell him to get a divorce. After saying that, he took a photo of my Susu and the kid and sent it to me. I'm your husband's mistress. The other woman. We even had a kid together. You better divorce your husband now. After sending that, he said to my Susu, send him a few more pictures of you with that Xiang guy. Then he'll believe it. I looked at the messages and photos he sent and thought, this was practically cheating evidence handed to me on a platter. Way clearer than anything I could have snapped secretly. But I still replied, plenty of women go after Xiang Wei. Who do you think you are? And you dare threaten me with a kid? Go ahead and get a paternity test if you're so sure. After I sent that, I looked at their faces. They looked terrible. Damn. That bastard, acting so tough. His wife doesn't even care. Did he lie to you before? Lie about what? Lie to get in your pants? Damn it. That bastard slept with my wife for nothing. And conned me with a house. I'm gonna kill that bastard. Zhou Yongguang was so stupid. My Susu was at least a little smart. She quickly said, don't rush. If you go after him now, we'll lose everything we could get. At least we're living pretty well, me and the kid. You can move in when he's around. Plus he's really good to the kid. Buys only the best stuff. Can you afford that? His mom's coming tomorrow. I'll feel him out again. If he's lying to me, I'll go to his workplace and report him. At that moment I leaned against the wall, watching him freak out, feeling incredibly satisfied. I strolled to the mall and shopped until it closed before heading home. As soon as I pushed the door open, the whole room smelled like smoke. Xiang Wei had smoked an entire pack of cigarettes. You'd think the house just caught fire. I quickly opened the windows all the way and cranked the range hood to max. I waited 10 minutes by the door before going in. Xiang Wei was coughing as he stubbed out his cigarette. I told him, if you don't want to live, don't pull that suicidal crap at home. Go smoke downstairs. Smoke as much as you want. But making me breathe secondhand smoke, that's just wrong. My mother-in-law came out of the bathroom. Turns out she'd been here the whole time. She said, all sarcastic. It's your fault for being so strict with Wei all the time. He's got work stress. What's wrong with smoking? Oh, you're so delicate. Can't stand the smell of smoke. His dad smokes at home every day. And I'm still alive and well. Look how tired my son is. He's lost so much weight in just a few months. And you won't even let him smoke. Let me tell you, it's only because my son's too nice. Otherwise he'd have divorced you and remarried already. Can't even have a kid. And you talk about being child-free. How ridiculous. Who gets married these days and doesn't want kids? If you don't want to have one, or can't have one, then leave my son. Don't hold him back. I could finally see it. This mother and son weren't even bothering to pretend anymore. This time my mother-in-law came, just to push us into divorce. I covered my mouth and nose with my hand and said, you want a divorce? Fine by me. My mother-in-law's eyes lit up immediately. She gave Xiang Wei a look. But the house has to go to me. What did you say? No way. If we give you the house, then what about my grandkid? What about when my son finds a new wife? Xiang Wei walked over too, and said to me, I can't give you the house. So that's a no. No problem. I can wait. But I doubt they can. I grabbed Xiang Wei's pillow and blanket from the master bed. Threw him on the couch. You're sleeping here tonight. My mother-in-law wasn't happy about it. It was her son's couch. But maybe she thought of her grandson. She didn't start a bigger fight with me. Instead she swapped places with Xiang Wei. She yelled for a long time outside, along with Xiang Wei's coughing. I put on my headphones and started watching a movie. My Susu wasn't playing nice either. Sent me a ton of messages, just saying how much Xiang Wei loves him, and how they had a kid together. I didn't reply to a single one. Over the next few days, my mother-in-law kept finding excuses to go out with Xiang Wei. She'd come back with barely hidden joy on her face. Then she'd put on a disgusted look the moment she saw me. Always picking fights with me over some excuse. As for Xiang Wei, he did come home every day now. But he kept doing stuff I used to hate him doing. Smoking. Calling roosters at midnight. Staying up late. His mom spoiled him. She barely paid any attention to me. Of course she wouldn't. They were too caught up in the joy of having a son. They didn't even notice Xiang Wei coughing more and more. Getting thinner. And losing energy. Finally, it was the day before the mortgage was due. I went on a business trip. Our mortgage is 10,000 yuan a month. 2 years ago, Xiang Wei's salary was 15,000. According to his co-workers, his salary had gone up a lot now. A 2-bedroom apartment in Nanbei Harbor area. Rent is 8,000 yuan. I saw my Susu's moments on social media. The place he lived was a 3-bedroom. Nicely decorated. Rent had to be at least 10,000 yuan. Xiang Wei really went all out for his son. Spared no expense. He's never been able to save much money each month. He's not some rich big shot. But he still tried to keep a mistress like a rich guy. Now let's see how he handles this. On the 3rd night, Xiang Wei called me. Same night. Didn't you pay the mortgage? Yeah. What's up? What do you mean, what's up? The bank called me. So. I was lying on the hotel bed eating fruit. Same night. Just because my mom argued with you a few times. Are you seriously not paying the mortgage now? The bank said, if we don't pay by next month, our house is going up for auction. Don't you know what that means? I held back a laugh and said, Xiang Wei. Then let's just get divorced. We'll split the house at market value. Half each, problem solved. That way, you might even get more. There was a violent coughing fit on the other end of the line. Same night. Cough cough. You test case. Xiang Wei, maybe you should go to the hospital and check your test results. Could it be you've got some serious illness? You're talking nonsense. Hee hee. I'm warning you. If you don't pay the mortgage right away, you'll what? Go on, tell me. My mom was right about you. He even called me a name before hanging up. But I didn't care at all. In the end he did pay the mortgage. Because I got a message from my Susu. You old hag. Did you tell Xiang Wei? He originally promised to buy me an extra limited edition bag. But he went back on his word. And him? Only 2,000 bucks. What's that begging money? What exactly did you say to him? I shook my head helplessly. What a dumb woman. I sent her the pictures I took of him and Zhou Guang. The other end instantly went silent. 10 minutes later, I tried to send a message. Turns out I got hacked by him. I hadn't even said anything yet. How unreasonable can you get? I sent all the evidence I got of Xiang Wei cheating to my lawyer. With this evidence, when we split the asset, I can take the bigger share. And I can also recover all the money he spent on his side piece. But before I could even file the lawsuit, something happened on Xiang Wei's end. My Susu ran off with the kid and the money. Probably scared I'd tell Xiang Wei the truth. She panicked first. That day Xiang Wei was still at work. His mom wanted to buy some baby stuff for her grandson. But when she came back to the Blue Harbor, a residential complex from the mall, she found the kid was gone. And all of my Susu stuff in the house was missing too. She freaked out immediately. Called Xiang Wei. When Xiang Wei heard the news, his blood pressure shot up from the shock. He fell before he even got out of his office building. His colleagues took him to the hospital and contacted me right away. By the time I strolled into the hospital, Xiang Wei's mom had already fainted crying by his bedside several times. When she saw me come in, she got up and grabbed my mom. No one could stop her. You jinx! My son has cancer. And you hid it from us. It's all because you're sitting on the pot but not shitting. Wasting my son's years like this. Now my son is sick, and my grandson just got taken away by his mom. It's all your fault. Xiang Wei's colleagues were still in the room. When they heard this, they all had that, wait, let's see how this plays out look on their faces. Their pity for Xiang Wei turned into curiosity. Xiang Wei was lying on the hospital bed, on an IV drip, pale as a ghost, too weak to get up and stop his mom. He just weakly called out, Mom, you need to stop. The nurse heard the yelling and came over. She said, what's all this noise in the ward? Don't you care about upsetting the patient? Xiang Wei's mom finally remembered her son. She ran back to his bedside and cried again. The colleagues didn't feel right trying to comfort her. So they made excuses to leave. Sister-in-law, don't take it too hard. The sooner he gets treated, the better. Well, we'll be going now. This thing is probably gonna be office gossip at their company for a long time. Xiang Wei didn't give a damn about his so-called son or the mistress anymore. He finally knew about his lung condition. And he's always been scared of dying anyway. Now he's just curled up into a ball, looking totally terrified. But his mom, besides worrying about him, keeps crying about how the mistress ran off with the kid. That just made Xiang Wei feel even worse. He couldn't help but yell, Mom, can you just care about me for once? I'm dying. And he started crying. Of course I care about you. But what about my grandson? Are we just gonna forget about him? Mom, I have cancer. No wonder I kept coughing like crazy lately. Couldn't eat anything. Got skinnier and skinnier. Turns out I've been sick for a while. I know, sweetie. That's why we're treating it, right? Didn't the doctor say? If you cooperate with the treatment, don't get angry, don't rush things, and watch your nutrition, there's still hope of recovery. So don't worry. Mom's not going anywhere from now on. I'm staying here to take care of you. Hey, do you think that Susu knew something in advance? Why'd she take the kid and run away now? Xiang Wei was worried about his own life. His mom was worried about her grandson. I pulled the divorce papers out of my bag and handed them over. Take a look when you get a chance. If there's anything you don't agree with, then just wait for me to file a lawsuit. Seeing what I'd handed over, my mother-in-law got anxious. You ungrateful thing. Your son is this sick? And you want a divorce now? She tried to grab me again. I pushed her away hard. What a joke. He's got a mistress and a kid. And you expect me to wait on him? You think this is still the old days? Let the mistress come in like a concubine. That's hilarious. You already told everyone in front of all his coworkers. They're all respectable people. When we get to court, this is all evidence. Every penny you spent on that mistress, all the money you gave to the little calico, referring to a woman or cat, half of everything is mine. It all has to be in this divorce agreement. Xiang Wei started coughing again. His face turned bright red. His mom pointed at me. You still want the house? That's my son's. I didn't feel like arguing with them. I turned and walked out of the hospital. Behind me was Xiang Wei's heavy coughing. The day after I filed for divorce in court, Xiang Wei called me. He said he'd sign the divorce agreement. He'd give me the house. He wanted me to give him his share of the money as soon as possible. He needed it for treatment. Because he couldn't wait for the court ruling. The doctor said his condition was progressing too fast. They were worried they couldn't stop it from spreading. On the day we signed the agreement, I went to the hospital. Xiang Wei's dad showed up too. He was smoking in the hallway. His mom grabbed his ear and scolded him. It's because you smoke every day. My son grew up breathing secondhand smoke. Look at what he's become now. And our grandson is gone too. I smiled and shook my head. Then I turned and walked into the room. Xiang Wei was even thinner than the last time I saw him. He looked like all the life had been drained out of him, lying there. He handed me the signed divorce agreement. He said my Susu had taken all his money. I never thought he'd actually run off at a time like this. You promised me. Give me my share. I need that money for treatment. I was wrong before. I just really missed our kid. 1-1. I'm sorry. I asked him. My Susu is that assistant from before, right? Yeah. I know what kind of person he is. There's no way he'd stick with me through hard times. Now that I have this draining disease, there's no way he'd ever take care of me. I just wanted that child. I glanced at him. I don't hate you. I just feel sorry for you. You haven't looked at this checkup report yet, have you? I brought your medical report. He didn't take it. Instead, he turned his head away. You knew I had lung cancer all along, didn't you? What's the point of bringing this up now? No. I don't mean this illness. You have another condition. The one I didn't take seriously before. But looking at it now, I think it probably means a lot to you too. Xiang Wei took it, confused. When he flipped to the fertility test results, his face turned green. This is impossible. I pulled out the video I took that day from my phone and held it in front of him, so he and his wife could hear what his mistress and side chick were saying. He reached out and knocked my phone away. Oh. Now I'll have to deduct the cost of a new phone from the money I'm sending you. Xiang Wei was devastated, completely crushed. His condition, because of the bad mood, he couldn't eat, couldn't keep his nutrition up, and he wouldn't cooperate with treatment. It progressed really fast. Within half a year, his illness was already counting down. I wasn't just sitting around during that time either. I sued my Susu and her boyfriend for fraud. Those two ran back to their hometown with the kid, but they got caught by the cops pretty quick. I just wanted to get back the money Xiang Wei spent on her, but I didn't expect Zhou Yongguang to be such an easy mark. His legs went weak the moment he saw the police. He confessed to all the shady stuff he did while working as a security guard at Blue Harbor, like secretly filming under women's skirts, pretending to help people move stuff while stealing things on the side. Those things weren't just about paying money anymore. 3 more months passed. Xiang Wei died. He made a will before he died. All his property went to me. His mom was jumping mad. His dad just sat there smoking silently. To avoid them giving me trouble, I sold the house and went off to live my happy life.